Oshi No Ko is finally back with his second season, and so far, it's been a banger. This season focuses on the Tokyo Blade stage play arc, being based off the Tokyo Blade manga, and once again, the show delivers an absolute cinema episode, which focuses primarily on the relationship between Akane and Kana, showing us just how exactly their rivalry began from childhood up until now. Following Melt's insane performance last week, I was convinced that the show would have a tough time trying to one-up itself, but oh man, did it absolutely do that with this episode, which gives us something that the show has been building up to over the course of the season. After the teasing moments between Akane and Kana in episode 5 and Kana's comments on Akane's acting skills, this was a moment I had been looking forward to the most, seeing two experienced seasoned actors on stage at their peak. This episode shows us just how good Akane is at acting, impressing not just the audience, but also the mangaka, who notes that she's able to convey the emotions that were cut from the original script of her character, Princess Saya, the leader of the Shibuya faction within the story of Tokyo Blade. Akane's performance is so good it captures the attention of Kana, who watches it on the TV screen backstage. After a series of fights, it's time for the main event, Princess Saya versus Tsurugi, Kana's character. It's oddly fitting that both characters within the story mirror the actors in the real world. Both share an intense rivalry. One is quiet and prefers to let her sword do the talking, while the other one is loud and prefers to use her words as a weapon. We then cut back to a flashback of Akane's childhood. As a kid, she admired Kana and her acting and saw her as her idol. These feelings of idolization were so strong that Akane even began to start acting herself, using it as the way to overcome her shyness, working insanely hard to become like the actress whom she looked up to and admired, even watching Kana's performances and taking notes, studying every facet of her acting in detail. Akane's goal was to get closer to Kana, going so far as to change her looks to Kana's style, a move that causes Kana to lash out in a fit of preschooler rage. In just a single encounter, the image of Kana being this approachable child genius actress that Akane had built up in her mind is shattered, as the two talk about fixed auditions. Kana tells Akane that it's not about the skill of an actor, but rather how much money said actor can generate that affects the outcome of an audition. There's no need to become good at acting if you can't also bring the money in to go along with it. And this is where Akane disagrees. I've seen some commentary online that in their first meeting, Kana behaved like a little shit, but it's clear that Kana doesn't believe what she's saying. It's just that this is the way that you have to be if you want to survive in the industry. Akane hates this version of the Kana she once admired, the version that used to act on her own terms and not on the strings of a puppet master. To Akane, being an actor means being selfish and acting how you choose to, devouring everyone else's performance in the process, which she does in her fight against Kana on stage, captivating the attention of everyone in the audience, even Aqua's sister Ruby. You can't help but be in awe of the performance that she's witnessing. However, as Kana attempts to break free of her shell, she sees her former child-star self and slinks back to her old acting ways. Kana believes that if another actor is putting on a grand show, it's her job to then elevate said actor and support them, rather than bring herself up to the other person's level. But that's not what Akane wants. Rather than crush the neutered, watered-down version, Akane wants to fight the best version of Kana possible, and together, with Aqua's help, that's what she intends to do. After all, Kana shines the brightest when the spotlight is cast on her. Overall, this episode was a masterpiece, and I can't wait till next week, where we see these two fight each other at their respective peaks. But now I want to hand over the discussion to all of you. What do you think of this episode? Let me know in the comments below, and subscribe for more stuff like this in the future, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.